Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 4.
Local law enforcement are still searching for a missing man who they say walked away from a South Fargo memory care facility. Police say 80-year-old Robert McKinnon was last seen in the area of 45th Street and 30th Avenue South yesterday around 5:30. Valley News Team's crime and safety reporter Bailey Hurley has been following this story all day, and she joins us live now with more. Bailey?
Yeah, Callie, Fargo police say that they wrapped up their grid search just before 3 o'clock this afternoon, and they say that they came up empty-handed. They say detectives are now going around to businesses in this area and looking at their surveillance camera footage, and they say actually just recently they found video footage of Mr. McKinnon at the Love's gas station just off 32nd Avenue and I-29. They say that that video is time-stamped at 5:09. They said that detectives are now working to put a timeline together and also to answer some questions as to how did Mr. McKinnon get all the way from here to that gas station in such a short amount of time and where he might have gone next and with who. Detectives are also working around the clock to bring Mr. McKinnon home before those temperatures drop later tonight. They say that they are not stopping anytime soon. Some of their detectives have got, or some of the officers are no longer doing that grid search, like I said, or patrolling this area, but they are still working, and that they ask you if you see anything, if you see Mr. McKinnon on your surveillance camera footage from your home, your Ring doorbell camera system, to call 911 immediately or to call Fargo Police Red River Dispatch. We'll continue to keep you updated here. For now, reporting live in South Fargo, Bailey Hurley, Valley News Live.
All right, thank you, Bailey, for that live report. Robert McKinnon is described as 5'7", has gray hair, hazel eyes, and wears glasses. He was last seen in a black John Deere baseball cap and a black and white plaid shirt. Call dispatch at 701-451-7660 if you do see him. And here's a look at today's top 4 at 4. Governor Tim Walz is urging Minnesota residents to take COVID-19 seriously. This comes following President Trump testing positive after visiting the state earlier this week. Walz assures Minnesotans assures the state it's ready for its influx in cases, but they still need to be prepared.
Well, what I would say is that we're ready for this type of event. We have the testing capacity to make sure those folks get tested, which we will obviously encourage them to do that. They need to follow the guidance and self-quarantine.
President Trump has also approved North Dakota's request for a disaster declaration after 3 days of destructive storms this summer. FEMA estimates the damage from the storms totaled nearly $3 million. Federal funding will be available to 6 North Dakota counties, including Grand Forks. And 2 flu shot clinics are happening in Otter Tail County this month. According to the county's website, there will be one at the New York Mills County Building and another at the Otter Tail Operations Center. You can find more details on our website. That's valleynewslive.com. And the moose is still on the loose. That's according to a post on the Fargo Police Facebook page. They say the moose was spotted this morning near 20th Avenue and 18th Street South. Police continue to urge the public to leave the moose alone and to not go looking for it. That's a quick look at today's top 4 at 4. Now let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Hutch Johnson for a first look at our weather.
Well, Callie, we close out our work week with plenty of clouds. Most of us are staying dry, but the radar does show a few sprinkles out there. Morning temperatures this morning were in the teens in Stephen, in Argyle, Donaldson also in that same boat. Hallock 21 there. Bemidji was 23 and in Grand Forks 26, holding on to those low 30s here in Fargo, but it was freezing. Here's a look at temperatures now. We've rebounded quite nicely. Most locations near 50 degrees. It's a little cooler in Bemidji, and temperatures are coolest in the Lake of the Woods area as we head into the evening hours with mid 40s there. Here is a look at your situation we have going on right now. A stubborn area of low pressure not moving anywhere is going to keep us in the same unsettled pattern for the next couple of days. What does that mean for your Friday night plans? Well, temperatures are going to hover thanks to the cloud cover from the upper 40s down into the lower 40s. We'll have light winds. Not bad to get out and root on your favorite team if you're going to watch some high school football tonight. Socially distanced style, of course, but we do have some showers on the way, and a few of us will see freezing temperatures as well as we go through the weekend, both Saturday and Sunday. Hour-by-hour details on all of that, and we'll talk about a nice little warm-up here in a few minutes.
All right, thanks so much, Hutch. And in Minnesota, the Department of Health is reporting 1,184 new confirmed cases of COVID-19, along with 10 new deaths linked to the illness. In North Dakota, there are 477 new cases, along with 8 more deaths in the state. The death toll now sits at 264. And a man is in jail today after having a standoff with Fargo police while wearing a gorilla suit and wielding a machete. Fargo police officers went to the 2700 block of 8th Street North after a call about shots fired around 12:30 this morning. Once they got there, they found out the shots fired were actually fireworks, not a handgun. But what they did find on scene was that there was a man in a gorilla suit with a machete. That man, Jordan Pickus, threatened to blow up the building. Officers then surrounded the area, getting everyone out of the complex. After officers talked on the phone with Pickus for several hours, he finally surrendered. Pickus was taken to the Cass County Jail, where he was arrested with terrorizing, and officers checked the scene for explosives but didn't find any. And Essentia Health is holding a flu shot blitz in Fargo tomorrow. You can get your vaccine at the 32nd Avenue Clinic from 8:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Everyone 6 months and older is encouraged to get their flu shot, even those with compromised immune systems and chronic health conditions. Flu vaccines are covered by Medicare, Medicaid, and most private insurance. And an absentee ballot addressed to a man in Moorhead somehow ended up in the mailbox of a woman in Indiana. Election Day is a month from tomorrow, and concerns about mail-in voting continue to mount. Caitlin McConnon has her story from South Bend.
Cindy Washkowiak is planning on voting in person, so she was shocked to get an absentee ballot in the mail, let alone one from Minnesota. She's lived here in South Bend for about 5 years. Before that, she lived in Illinois.
Have you ever lived in Minnesota?
No.
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 But when she checked her mail this week, she found an absentee ballot from Moorhead, Minnesota, some 700 miles away.
It was out postmarked out of Fargo, North Dakota to Indiana. There's no common spelling. The only common thing on the address is the house address.
211 here on the envelope and 211 here on Washkowiak's house. She's concerned there are other ballots going to the wrong place.
How late can he get this to him without it and make it in time to be received and counted?
The post office told me despite a lot of hard work, sometimes mail is delivered to the wrong place. But officials say you can put any mistaken parcels back in your mailbox with a note saying wrong address. The Postal Service says, quote, there is no higher priority at this time than the secure, on-time delivery of the nation's election mail.
Or do I take a trip? You know, it's a possibility. It's an 11-hour drive, that's all it is. I even Googled it.
I reached out to the Clay County auditor who handles elections in Moorhead, Minnesota. She says even if Washkowiak had filled out that ballot, it wouldn't be counted. She would need to know the last 4 digits of the actual voter's social security number. In South Bend, Caitlin Connon, WSBT 22 News.
You can check out the status of your absentee ballot online, and if you think yours may have been misdelivered, contact your local election officials. And a local high school class is getting a very special award today. Fit It Forward Ministry presented the award to the Fargo South High School Automotive Technology class this morning. In the last 2019 to 2020 school year, these students fixed 9 cars. They were given to people who were underprivileged and need reliable transportation. For each vehicle, students worked on the brakes, radiators, axles, belts, and oil changes. One teacher said that without the students' willingness to help, this would not be possible.
Well, to all the students that made this possible, I just want to say a great big thank you. And I miss you from last year, and hope you guys can come back and visit.
In the last 3 years, Fix It Forward Ministry has given away 241 cars and counting. And President Trump and many of his associates tested positive for COVID-19, but White House officials say he's still on the job. We'll have the latest next.
A little cool this morning to start your Friday. We had some teens, we had some low 20s across the Northern Valley into Lakes Country. Your forecast for the weekend ahead is next.